whatever we think, whatever in our mind, let's say intuition may pop up, or when there's some danger coming, you respond without thinking. And without thinking, your body functions, breathing, blood going through the process, the kidney, liver, stomach, skin, curing from the injury. It just happens. So at the core of our being, no matter what you think, that kind of function, living function, takes place. I remember a story of a woman somewhere in Caribbean island or something. There was some tragedy, and I saw this news, and she got her siblings killed or something like that. And there was an interviewer talking to her, how miserable or torturous, maybe that was the idea, and the interviewer wanted to bring out the sense of this person, how to deal with, perhaps to share with the world on the news. And her answer was, I don't have time to think about the misery or anything. I just have to do what I have to do. I thought it's kind of like a Zen. So it's beyond the logic, and you do what you have to do, connected to all the basic things you have to do. So whatever the misery and difficulties and the pain in the society and we have, and we get sucked into it and confused and don't know what to do, that's kind of natural because it's beyond the mind ability that you cannot find a solution. And living life, that happens from the minor level to a bigger level. And I'm not to generalize by giving any answer to specific event. But roughly speaking, and I think this rough idea may be meaningful, is again and again connect to the root. When you're busy, don't know anything, don't do anything. And listen to intuitive sense coming up from the root of who you are. And if you have that connection, I think you have better chance, higher chance of coming up with, let's call it wisdom or higher wisdom. Beyond conventional way of using mind. For some reason, I remember Taichi Ono, who gave me this calligraphy. He is known to be the father of Toyota production system, and I wrote a book about waste elimination. 2 words he gave to me. One is challenge. The other one is going beyond the conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom. Beyond your mind. Mind play games. But don't to be disturbed and have the sense, like in meditation, when you do the breathing, focus on it, or pay attention to the inner body sensation, it gives you a moment or space to let the mind be as it is, but then connect to the root, where you came from, where this creative energy flows beyond the conventional wisdom. So Ono's case was about business waste elimination, but I took it, that it's much beyond. The title of the book I wrote was called That New Manufacturing Challenge, but it could be a life's challenge. So there's wisdom in that book, specifically oriented to business, the company, to process, manufacturing, but adding value, which is like finding the wisdom to grow, given the difficulty, utilizing all there is. So Zen is like that. And the people who see this, whether it's training by Zen or just living life, like this lady in Caribbean island or any other places, tribals, aboriginals, modern day people running the company or mini company or opening up the ramen shop to figure out what to do, to connect to what you like, or connecting to the source of life beyond the conventional thought. Charlie Munger says, don't go where you die, or something like that. And that's related to investment. But investment may be seen more than investment, because investment is a choice of option to prioritize, to see the potential area where you find the growth. And that requires wisdom. Sustaining the growth. It's like a tree, branches going different direction. If you choose to the wrong direction, the tree doesn't survive. So they have to find the way from the root to have the energy dispatched to certain direction. And if you're going to die in certain direction, you don't want to do that. That's nature's way. And somehow, he's not saying that way, but basically, in my view, saying the same thing. So investment is a prioritization for the potential and bring out the energy toward that and be happy. So don't take the investment as economic process that requires lots of information. Of course that is needed, but at the bottom of it is our life is investing our time and energy in a direction that makes sense. Not the conventional wisdom, inspiration, and for that to happen, the clutters has to be sorted out, clutters in our mind to be sorted out, to connect to the root so that it has a way of investing certain direction. No promise, but out of no promise we are born. That's the root of who we are. And there's evolution that took place and may continue if we are wise enough. We are stupid enough, then we may just make a wrong judgment if we don't connect and find the wisdom instead of just caught up in the conventional wisdom, just in the detail of and fighting against each other. So I may use the term like Zen or Shin Buddhism too. Maybe I'll talk about it some other time. But the principal way, whether you call it Zen or what, is to connect to your heart, the source of who we are. And we all do that. The example of this island lady in trouble to find a solution. But if we caught up in our mind, it doesn't happen. So be positive. Have a good dream. Go beyond the conventional wisdom. If you don't know what to do, just remember we came to be born on this earth without knowing what to do. But we came thus far in some way or the other, challenging beyond the conventional wisdom. So maybe this is a boring talk because you want the solution. But I guess I'm talking about the process for the solution, the spirit, the connection, the energy, the dream, and go beyond the mind constraint. And for that, we need to have the mind silent. That's what I talk about, the samadhi, no mind, no thinking, no self. Many people do that without the term samadhi. They just do it. I believe in it. I think about Picasso. His words, his approaches, what he came out, expressed the creative thought. Doesn't have to be investment or art or sports or management or surviving from difficulties, accepting and figuring out. Let's keep working on it. Have a good day.